so today you join me from the driver's seat of a 2011 Mini Cooper John Works Cooper Coupe. Now, this being my first coupe experience in the Mini range, I'm actually genuinely excited about this car. If you do not know, I've had a couple of Cooper S's in the family, the R53s, which I've absolutely loved. The supercharger whine on an R53 is just awesome. I then, after that, drove an R56 with the 1.6 litre turbocharged engine that this car has. But I always said to myself, once I get in one of these, I put the seat right back because I like, you know, the size of a car. This meant that I never saw the point in back seats in a Mini, and this is a quality little product. This is well done, Mini. Hats off to you for producing a coupe-shaped Mini, which I think there always should have been. This car should have happened from the start. In my opinion, there is no point in a Mini Cooper back seats and boot. They're tiny, you can't get anything in them. So why not have a two-seater one? I completely see the idea. This actually has a considerably bigger boot than a Mini Cooper as well. If you try and get anything in a normal Mini, you'll realise that the boots are absolutely minuscule. And this, obviously being the coupe, means that you have so much more room in the boot. And it actually creates, in my opinion, a nicer inside space for the cockpit, you know, the two seats in the front. Now, you do have really cool little touches that you wouldn't expect in, you know, your normal Minis. With this having, you know, a lower roof line, it actually swoops a lot nicer, and I feel a bit more cocooned, and it feels so much more race. It feels like a sports car, whereas, you know, the normal Minis, although they have the, you know, real exciting pedigree, I think when you drive one, you'll know exactly what I mean, where they're very chuckable, they boost really easy regardless if it's supercharged or turboed. They've just got a great sense of driving. The driving feel is like no other car. Something that they, you know, hit on the head from the start, you know, the 53s. Whereas this one, where they've cut the roof down and it swoops a bit more, you've got this hunkered down, more sporty feel in this one. It means that I think when you drive it, it's a little bit more exciting. I love, you know, the normal Mini shape, don't get me wrong, it's really nice, but you don't necessarily need the more headroom. And, you know, I have more than enough headroom in this one. And even if you know, are a little bit taller, they actually have cutouts in the roof for you, like little speed humps that you would get in a classic car, and I love that classic feel. You also have all the toggle switches as well, you know, a classic Mini trait of other ones, you know, from the 60s, 70s, all that, you know, the first generation Minis that had the toggle switches. This one is no exception as well. You've got toggle switches down here, but you also have them up here for the dome lighting and all that sort of stuff. But you actually have an active rear wing that you can put up and down, something that you don't get in the usual Mini Cooper S's. And I think this being the coupe makes it so much cooler, because you can put that wing up. When that wing's up, it transforms the look of the car, and I think it looks so much better. That wing actually comes up at 50 miles an hour regardless, but you can put it up and down manually just through the toggle switches here. Driving feel though, it's like every other Mini, absolutely exquisite to drive around and throw into corners. This one being, you know, more power than you would get in the 56s as standard and the 53s as standard. It's having 211 brake horsepower, 191 foot-pound. We're talking 60 in about 6.3 seconds, I think. It's very chuckable, and although, you know, you might get out drag raced by other cars, nothing feels like a Mini Cooper S, especially the John Works. Just set up so well from standard. The suspension is just so good. It really is. They just hit the nail on the head every time, in my opinion, with the way a car feels to drive. Very tight, and I do love the way they are from the factory. This being, you know, a completely standard car as well, you get to really experience that from the get-go. And obviously, it does go, it does go really well, this car as well. I'm genuinely impressed. It's so nippy and darty, you're able to throw it around, really enjoy it. Proper cool little car.
So guys, let's have a quick look around this Mini Cooper John Works Coupe. Let's do this. So, starting off, a little bit muddy. We've been having some fun today, but this car is awesome. Styling wise, let's start with the styling. This being the R58 model, means it's got a bit more, you know, style to it than the previous generations. I think, you know, they've beefed it up a little bit. The R56s, as they came out, I wasn't too much of a fan. This one, very, very much of a fan. Especially with the top. I think this whole backwards cap look on the back of it looks really, really cool. Coming around the front though, this being the John Works Cooper, it's got a bit more of a exciting front to it. The front down there, the grills in there with John Works Cooper badge just there. Xenon headlights as well on this one. This one has the black wheels on it as well with the sort of white paint job, red roof. Really like the combination. Behind the front wheels though, there is 4-pot red calipers just there. Something to point out, these are really, really expensive for disc and pads from Mini, so go to a other dealership, just go somewhere else, it'll be half the price. Very, very expensive to get those done. Coming down the side, you've got this really cool side skirt with an air vent just here. You've got this sort of something that I've never really sat and looked at. It's got sort of a window going around the back, but the visibility is a bit shady coming around sort of this part of the car. Not what you would usually expect in a Mini Cooper. Coming around the back though, the Mini Cooper sort of look to the rear lights and everything, but you've just got more of an exciting look, I think, with this car. It just looks so much cooler. John Works Cooper badge just up there. Twin exhaust in the centre as well. 1.6 litre engine. It looks really cool. Rear wing up as well. You can fix that up, as I've already said. And you've got this top sort of bigger spoiler swooping round to give that backwards cap look on the top. Coming inside though, I do like this generation inside. They've really, really sort of captured the old school Mini, but gave it a new school flavour. These seats as well, huge fan of these seats. Really comfortable, heated as well in this one. And then you can pull it forward, and as you can see, back here, there's a little shelf that you can put stuff on, but it's got speakers, it's got a sub. You can put stuff through the centre as well. If you've got skis, you need to do that. It's got tweeters just there. And it's got like speed humps going across the back as well. Cool little style features. Coming in the front though, you've got the centre screen, sat nav, entertainment system in the front. You've got the speedo again in the centre with the revs just in front of you there. This being a 6-speed model as well. 6-speed down there, cup holders, sport button just down there as well, and this actually has the optional center armrest as well. That's an option from the factory, so something you want to option in my books. And just coming up here, you have the toggle switches as well for that rear wing and various other things. Really cool inside though. I love the feel of these inside. Again, something old school and retro, and this one also has the keyless stop start just here. So you've got keyless entry, put the key in there and it will start up as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, overall with this car, I really like it. I love the style. I like that my thoughts on the previous generations, putting my seat back and wanting it to be really a 2-seater. This is what I wanted to see from Mini.
As standard, when you put it in sport mode, that exhaust system just pops and bangs so much. And I love that that's a standard feature. It's wanting you to have a bit more fun than you would have. Now, if you go on Auto Trader right now, you will not believe how much you can get these cars for. I'm genuinely astounded. This one itself was a £32,000 car when it left the Mini showroom, with 10 grand's worth of options. £10,000 worth of options. Crazy. But if you go on any, car search engine website, anything, to have a look at these for sale, you'll realise that they're sub £10,000 for a 6-year-old one. And for looks and what you get as a package, I think that's a genuine bargain. The bargain being that you can't get something as new and as nice and refined as these for that sort of money. Something with the heritage of the John Works Cooper badge as well. Something that feels this good and it's well equipped. You've got sat nav, heated seats. These seats are absolutely beautiful as well. Very comfortable. Chuckable, the Harman-Kardon sound system. Obviously I can't show you for copyright reasons, but it's so good. It blows me away that they're this good. Do you know what I mean? This price point as well, this new 61 plate, 2011 car, and it's doing 50 mpg on the motorway, you know, small engine, it's only a 1.6. Around town you're getting, you know, your 35s. It's the perfect combination, it really is. And I try and, you know, say to people, I'd never buy a new car, but then when you realise that stuff like this is coming down in price so quickly, and you're able to get damn good bargains at this price point, as exciting as this, I'm sold on the idea, I really am. Even as a standard car, it's a riot to drive. Chuckable, exciting, big boot, two-seater if you want a two-seater. I'd say go and have a look at one of these. They're not, in comparison with other two-seaters, I think you don't see a lot of comparison between this and, you know, a two-seater of the same generation, same price. But it's hard to compare this against other, you know, coupes, I suppose, or two-seaters, because it still drives like a classic Mini Cooper S. And that's what I love about it. It's still got that retaining excitement factor of a Mini Cooper S, but in a coupe form. Sold on the idea, I really am. So I must say a massive thank you to Ryan for letting me take his fantastic Mini Cooper S Coupe, John Works Cooper, out for a drive. Quite a mouthful that actually. Just realised how much of a mouthful that actually is to say. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. I have a new t-shirt dropping this weekend. It's a collaboration against Status Error and FYD. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I'll put all the information and a picture on the screen right now. I'm so happy with this t-shirt, you have no idea. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know your thoughts on this car. Let me know your thoughts on the price point as well. How cheap these are getting. Bargain of the century, I think. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. See you on the next one. Cheers, guys.